What is going on, boys? Today we are back with another review, and today we're going to be reviewing the AEW Unrivaled Supreme Collection, Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix, and Penta El Zero Miedo, or Zero M, Pentagon Jr., whatever you want to call him. He goes by many names. Yeah, super excited to crack into these. I'm a huge fan of both of these guys, especially from Lucha Underground. I was a huge Lucha Underground fan, and Penta was absolutely my favorite in Lucha Underground, and Rey Fenix wasn't far behind him. I really enjoyed both of their work in Lucha Underground and really enjoy their work in AEW also. So let's go ahead and take a look at their packaging, and then we'll crack them open, and take a look at the figures themselves. So let's go with the Rey Fenix first. So we got Rey Fenix there in the headdress with the gold gear, and on the side here we got the different head sculpts and hands, and then on this side we got the jacket and the AEW championship there also. They kind of had to put these figures in weird poses to fit them into the box, I think, with the headgear, but I think they look pretty good mock if you are a mock collector. I think they look pretty solid. We have a picture of Rey Fenix there, number 6, series 3. We got a picture on the back there where they won the AEW tag team titles at All Out, and we got like a viewing window there, nothing really on the bottom. Supreme Collection there, 13 pieces Rey Fenix. So yeah, that is the packaging. Let's go ahead and crack Rey Fenix out of his packaging. Actually, we're going to take a look at Penta first, and then we're going to crack them both out of the packaging. So let's take a look at Penta. Alright, so here we have Penta El Zero M, Pentagon Jr. I'm going to call him Pentagon Jr. for the remainder of this video. That's just kind of what I know him as. That's what I like to call him. So we're just going to call him that for the remainder of the video. We got him there with his headdress on and the jacket. He actually has the Lucha Bros jacket on in this, in the packaging. On the side here, we got the 2 head sculpts and all of the hands. Picture of him there, and he is number 5 in series 3 of the Supreme Collection. And then on this side, we have the arms and the AEW championship, and a picture of him on the back, again from All Out when they won the tag team championships. I do wish that we could have had like a ripped mask head sculpt in this. All of the ones are kind of just like good, but I wish we could have got a ripped masked one. I know the Boss Fight Studios, Pentagon Jr. had that, but was hoping we would get one with this, but maybe later on they'll give us like that ripped mask head sculpt. So I think that is it. We got the top viewing window there, same kind of stuff with the Rey Fenix. And with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and crack both of them out of their packaging, take a look at all the accessories, swap some parts, and kind of take a look at that too. And that will be it. So let's go ahead and crack these guys out of the packaging. Alright, so finally got them out of the packaging and got all the accessories out of the packaging. Took a little while because there is a lot that comes with these guys, which is a good thing. For the price point, you want to feel like you're getting something worth your while, and I think these figures so far do it. Let's go ahead and go over Penta first. So we got the headdress here with tons and tons of details. Absolutely insane. Looks very, very good. We have little face there with a bunch of feathers. Looks super, super cool. Really awesome headdress. There it is on the figure. If I can get it on there right. There we go. It is kind of top heavy, so you kind of have to maneuver it, but I think it works really well. So let's go ahead and take the headdress off. With the head sculpt that comes on the figure, you get the tongue out head sculpt, which I think we have seen with the Unrivaled Series 2, which I do have those figures for reference, so we can kind of compare the two. The mask looks really cool. I really like everything that's going on with it. The gold and the white and the red and the green looks really, really good. And we even have this like paint splatter at the top there with the red and the green. I think it looks really cool with the dragons on the side. Liking everything I'm seeing so far. We go into the torso here, and he has the Lucha Brothers jacket on, and on the back it has Penta Zero Miedo on the back, with the sleeves with double jointed arms. Really cool that they added in. I really like this, you know, the sleeve. If you're not going to give us cloth accessories, give us something like this, so that way we can at least have the articulation with that. We'll kind of look more over the gear once we swap the arms out, but you kind of get an idea of it there with the Mexican flag colors there. Same thing going down here, the green on the sides and the red and green there. These knee pads are different from his previous figures. They have more of like an upper sculpt there. The dragon that goes down there, and he does have the toe articulation like all of the Supreme figures do. Yeah, really liking this Penta so far. I'm excited to swap out the arms and kind of take a look what he looks like in the wrestling gear. He also has the Zero Miedo hands with the gloves, which have a lot of detail on them too. They look really solid. So excited to take a look at that. Let's go ahead and go over his accessories, which he has a lot of them. So we have this head sculpt, this straight face head sculpt, which I think looks really good. Same mask details and everything there. But yeah, it looks really solid. I like the straight faced. And then we have the open mouth kind of yelling head sculpt there with the same mask details. I like this one too. I think it looks really solid. And we have a AEW championship for the night that they won the AEW titles. Look pretty solid. We've seen these before. So he comes with 4 sets of hands. So he has the fist with the gloves, which I think look awesome. I really like those. He has the open hands, which they still say Zero Miedo on the fingers there, with the details with like the paint splatters and stuff. And then he also has the taped up fist, which he does have his Zero Miedo tattoos on his knuckles too, which are really cool. So, and then you get the Zero Miedo hands. Here are the arms. The tattoo detail looks really solid in these arms. I think that they improved a lot on their tattoo detail with these figures from Series 2. I think they look a lot better. They've also have gotten more tattoos since then. He has the Zero Miedo band around here with the gloves, and the same thing on this arm with all of the tattoo detail. I think it goes that way. And as you can see, all of that tattoo detail, double jointed arms, the Zero Miedo there. Looks really good. So yeah, that is all of Penta's accessories. After I show off Rey Fenix accessories, we're gonna do some swappages, and you know, pretty much these are 2 figures in one, so we're gonna combine them and you know, see all of the detail there. So here we have Rey Fenix, and we have his headdress, which has kind of like the Mayan skull in the middle with all of the detail and the feathers all the way around. Another kind of Mayan skull on the back. Looks really cool. Really like these headdresses. I think they look awesome just as a standalone piece. I think they look really cool. So here we have this head sculpt, which I'm not a huge fan of this head sculpt. It just looks weird. He looks derpy for some reason, but the gold mask is really cool. I like, even though it is all gold, you do have a good bit of detail in there too with all of that. So yeah, it looks really good. We go down, he's got tattoos galore on here. That one on the side, which I think No, that one's not new. I know he's got a few new ones, like this this triangle in the middle of the chest is new because he doesn't have that on either one of his older figures. Got the star down there. Now, if you will notice on this torso, this is more of like a matte kind of finish than this is like kind of a glossy. That's kind of weird, but it still looks pretty decent to me. The tattoos there all over the arms. But yeah, it looks really good. Going down into the tights here, I got a little bit of a paint issue on that one, but other than that, the tights look really good. I like these, this color combination with the gray and white boots. I really, really like these boots. I think they look super cool. He does have the knee pads on there also, and the detail does go down onto the knee pads on both sides there. Yeah, I like this Rey Fenix. Now, I will say already off the rip, we do have kind of a loose issue with these butterfly joints. We kind of had that with the Kenny Omega, but versus the Malachi Black that literally you can't move these at all. So I don't know, it's kind of yin and yang. I'm kind of I wish they would find that good medium, but until then I would rather have these kind of looser ones, I guess, than not being able to move them at all. I don't know, I kind of like, I don't know how I feel about the butterfly joints in general. They're great, but also I kind of hate them, so I don't know. Maybe they'll grow on me eventually, but as of now, not a huge fan of the butterfly joints. So let's go over Rey Fenix's Rey Fenix's accessories. So we got this head sculpt here with the open mouth, kind of yelling head sculpt. I like this one. I think maybe the best out of all of them. I think this one looks the best with the mask detail. Looks really good. And then we have this kind of slightly open one that also kind of looks derpy for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's like the eyes and the mask or something, but yeah, that, I don't know, looks kind of derpy too, but really like that gold. I think it pops really well. I think it looks really good. And he comes with 4 sets of hands. Yes, 4 sets of hands also. He has these open ones with the finger tape and the hand tape. We have this one with the finger tape and the hand tape on there. I really like this hand right here. I think that's really cool with all the taped up on it. And we have this one with the regular fist and then the taped up fist also. He also comes with an AEW Tag Team Championship. And here are the arms, the jacket arms with the double jointed on there, looking pretty solid. And here is the jacket, Lucha Brothers on the front, and Rey Fenix with the triangle on the back. Yeah, tons and tons of accessories with these guys, as you can see here. Let's get this focused in. There we go. Lots of accessories with these guys. But like I said, for that price point, you want something like that with these figures. So I'm not complaining about it. Super cool that you have so much interchangeability. And speaking of interchangeability, we're gonna go ahead and put Fenix in his jacket, so that way we can kind of see them both in their jacket, and then we'll get them both in their wrestling gear, do some head swaps, hand swaps, and compare them to the other Lucha Bro figures that we have as of right now. So let's go ahead and get Rey Fenix in his entrance attire. All right, so here we have them both in their jacket and headdress attire. I really, really like the way this looks. I think they're absolutely insanely detailed figures. I mean, absurd amount of detail in these figures. Just look super, super good. So there is Penta with his jacket and his headdress on. And then we'll take a look at Fenix with his headdress and jacket combination on. Like the way that looks. I think it looks super, super clean. They both look really cool. So we're gonna take the jacket accessories off and the headdresses off, excuse me, do some head swaps and the arm swaps and take a look at that. All right, so here we have both of them in their wrestling attire. We already kind of took a look at Rey Fenix, so let's go ahead and take a look at Penta. So I got the arms in without the jacket, and we haven't really got a chance to look at the back. So there is the back. He's got the 0 with the M kind of hands in there. Here are the arms on that torso. Really, really like this. I think it looks super solid. This may be the best Penta figure that we've got to date. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it is. That Series 2, man, blew my mind when we got that figure. I was wanting a Pentagon Jr. figure from the day I saw him on Lucha Underground, and to have it in hand was insanity. So yeah, the Series 2 figure, Unrivaled Series 2, is always going to hold a special place in my heart because it was the first one, and it was kind of that gear that he wore in Lucha Underground too. So but yeah, let's go ahead and do some head swaps on these guys and hand swaps. So let's start with Penta first. So we got that head sculpt with the tongue, which we've seen. Go ahead and put this one with the open mouth on. And there is that. I think that looks super solid. I really, really like the way that looks. I like that open mouth head sculpt. And let's go ahead and put the straight face head sculpt, which I think is gonna be my favorite. Yeah, I think that looks super solid. I really like the way that looks. I love these gloves with the details on them. Look super rad. Let's go ahead and swap out these hands though, and we're gonna put in the fist, the glove fist, which I think are my favorite. I think that looks pretty cool. They're a little small, I think, but I think they still look pretty solid. There is that with those just straight gloved fist hands. I think that looks really solid. And we're gonna do the fist hands with the tape and the knuckle tats. Let's go ahead and swap that. Get them in there. There we go. Kind of like the way that looks too. I think that looks pretty sick. And he's got the Zero Miedo on the knuckles too. Really, really cool. Like the way that looks. Super big fan of that Pentagon. I'm really, really enjoying that. The Rey Fenix, we're gonna go ahead and swap out his head. So let's get this Screaming head sculpt, which, like I said, I think is gonna be my favorite. Oh, I don't know, maybe. That chin just looks super wide in there. I don't know, looks okay, I guess. Not too terrible, but there is that Screaming head sculpt. And then we got, this isn't the one that he came with on, right? I think that is the one he came with on. Okay, so let's do this one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. And there is the, there it goes, the Smiley head sculpt. Looks all right on there too, not too bad. And if I'm wrong, let's go ahead and do this one just in case too. Here is that kind of derpy looking one there, which honestly might be the best looking one. For some reason, I think that might be my favorite one. But let's go do some hand swaps. So these are different hands. So these are the open hand with the tape, and then the regular hand with no finger tape or anything like that. And let's put in these grasping hands with the tape. Take a look at that. Those look really cool. I really, really like this hand. I don't know why. That's just that sculpted like detail on there. I really like that. And then he's got the hand with the finger tape on there. There is that. I like that a lot. I think that looks solid. And then the fist hands with the one taped fist, and then the other one's not taped at all. But there is that with the fist. I think that looks pretty solid too. So yeah, I think that's all of the like combinations we have. Let's kind of clear the ring a little bit, and then we're gonna put in the different iterations of the Lucha Bros. So we got the Unrivaled Series 2, the Unrivaled Series 6 Penta. So we'll kind of take a look at all of those together first. So we have the first iteration here with the Unrivaled Series 2. Again, this figure holds a very special place in my heart. Just really cool that we got a Penta Jr. in the first place. And it's a solid figure, man. It feels really good in the hand. I really enjoy it. And then we got the Unrivaled Series 6 with kind of that smaller head. And the tattoos and the smaller torso I think he has too on this figure, but looks super solid. And then we have the new Supreme Series 3, which I think I have to say this is the best one. They look really cool all up next to each other. Super insane that this is even a thing, that we even have Pentagon Jr. figures. I have the Boss Fight Studios Penta, I think, somewhere too. Not exactly sure where it's at, but I have that one too. Wish I could have got that one out for this review, but it'll be all right. But yeah, they all look super solid. I really like Pentagon Jr. So I'll keep buying pretty much any figure they make of him because he's one of my favorite guys. So super cool to have that. And let's take a look at all of the Rey Fenixes we have. So we got the new Supreme Series 3 there. We have the Unrivaled Series 2 and the Unrivaled Series 6 there. So take a look at all of these here. So I think I like this mask the best. The torso, the skin tone was a little light, and the tattoos were really light on this one. But I think I like this gear and the mask the most out of all of them. This one was kind of eh. I mean, the head sculpt is pretty decent. This figure got really loose though, of course. Thank God we don't have like super bad issues with these being loose, these new figures being loose. But there was no detail on the boots, kind of just a plain figure. I did like the leopard or cheetah print, whatever it is, up there. The tattoos were darker, looked a little bit better. And then we got this guy here, which I think looks super solid too. I think it looks really good. Just not a huge fan of the head sculpts, and he's also missing the like string on the back. I'm not sure if he had that during this gear or not. I'm not 100% sure, but he has them on all of the rest of the these figures. So, but yeah, there are all three of them up next to each other. I still think, honestly, the Unrivaled Series 1, I think, is still my favorite Rey Fenix figure as of right now. I like the Supreme, but to me, that Series 1, I think, is just, it's really solid. It's a really good figure. So I think that is going to do it. I know this was a long review, but there was a lot to go over in this review, so it was going to kind of take a while. But yeah, super solid figures. I am very impressed with them. The amount of accessories that you get, they look amazing, especially the Penta. I'm very happy with it. The Rey Fenix is decent. I'm not upset with it, but definitely the Penta blows it out of the water, I think. Just very good figures. So yeah, guys, we got to win with AEW again. Hopefully they keep pumping out solid figures that feel good in the hand. We don't get any more of this loose issues. These guys were super solid. They feel good. Like I said, the Rey Fenix has some issues with the arms being, those butterfly joints being kind of loose. But other than that, he feels really good in the hand. Feels like he can pose around with the best of them. So yeah, that is going to do it today. This was AEW Unrivaled Supreme Series 3 Lucha Bros review. Thank you guys for checking this out. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you in the next one.